Pretty much everyone wants to figure out the secret to making money online. But here's the thing. If you've ever tried, you know it's not really about some secret formula. It's about having a strategy. And today, we're going to break down the two big ones: the deep, focused path of the specialist versus the wide, experimental sprint of the generalist.
I mean, let's be real. The internet is just a storm of opportunities, right? You've got YouTube, freelancing, digital products, AI services. It's totally overwhelming. You could literally spend years just trying to pick one, let alone actually succeed at it. So the first real decision you have to make isn't what you're going to do, but how you're going to approach the whole game.
All right, let's get into it. So on one side, you've got the specialist. I want you to think of this person like a master craftsman, patiently honing one single skill until they are the absolute best. And then, on the other side, you have the generalist. They're more like an explorer, rapidly checking out different territories to find that hidden gold. These are two totally different mindsets, but believe it or not, they both have the potential for huge success. So here's our game plan. First, we're going to dissect the specialist's playbook. Then we'll run through what I'm calling the generalist's gauntlet. After that, we'll uncover the surprising rules they both follow. And finally, we'll help you figure out which path might just be the right one for you. Let's kick things off with this specialist. For this, we're going to look at a creator named Jack Craig, who actually documented his whole process of building a viral YouTube channel completely from scratch. And let me tell you, this was not about luck. This was about a cold, calculated, and frankly, brilliant strategy. This quote right here, this is the entire specialist strategy in a nutshell. Jack totally got that. On a super crowded platform like YouTube, you don't really need a revolutionary brand new idea. What you need is revolutionary execution. He just found what was already working and poured all his energy into simply doing it better. Okay, what's so fascinating here is just how methodical this whole thing is. He researched a trend that was already blowing up, but instead of just copying it, he innovated. He actually improved the storytelling to keep people watching longer. Then he used AI as what he called a force multiplier to get professional level animation without needing to be a pro animator. And this is the key part. He analyzed the data from his very first video and wasn't afraid to adapt his strategy. It's really a masterclass in focus.
And this is where you see the payoff. I mean, the first video did okay, but it wasn't a grand slam. The real magic happened after he adapted. But notice the patience this required. He had to wait for the algorithm, trust his data, and then boom, on day 10, it all started to take off, leading to a channel he could actually monetize in just over 2 weeks. That's the power of the specialist path.
All right, now let's flip the script completely. Let's talk about the generalist. We're following a creator named Deval Kataria, and he didn't go deep on one idea. Nope. He went broad, testing 6 different online hustles just to see what would actually stick. This scorecard really tells the whole story, doesn't it? The generalist's approach is all about getting data and getting it fast. Some ideas, like the surveys and voice cloning, were total duds, complete misses. Others, like selling digital products, showed a little bit of promise. But then, 2 ideas, working as a virtual assistant and creating AI avatar reels for clients, were just clear, obvious winners with massive potential. Let's talk about failure for a second. Earning just 4 rupees, which is about 5 cents, from online surveys wasn't a waste of time. Not at all. It was a super valuable piece of data. The generalist's whole goal is to find these dead ends as quickly and as cheaply as possible, so they don't end up wasting months on an idea that's going nowhere. And then you find this. By testing a bunch of different things, he uncovered a high-demand service with a potential monthly income of 50,000 rupees. He found out business owners were more than willing to pay good money for this service, and that's a discovery he never would have made if he'd just been focused on one single thing. So the generalist's playbook is really all about speed and being agile. It's not about trying to perfect one thing from the get-go. It's about running a ton of small experiments and letting the market itself tell you where the real opportunity is. You test, you measure, and then you just double down on whatever works. Simple as that. Okay, so we've seen 2 very different approaches, right? The specialist with his methodical deep dive, and the generalist with his rapid-fire testing. But here's where it gets really, really interesting. Because when you look beneath the surface, they were both following the exact same core principles. Think about it. One was like a sniper, taking a careful, calculated shot. The other was like a scout, covering a lot of ground quickly. But even with those different styles, they were both playing by the exact same rules of the game to find success. This is the amazing part. Check this out. Both creators focused on execution over some flash of originality. One improved a video format, the other provided a service people needed. Both did their homework, their research to see what the market actually wanted. Both provided real value, either through entertainment or a business solution. Both used AI as a powerful tool to speed things up. And finally, both relied on data and patience, whether they were waiting for the YouTube algorithm to kick in or analyzing test results to find a winner. Turns out, these are the universal laws of success online.
All right, so now let's bring it all back to you. We've seen the playbooks, we've uncovered the principles they share. The only real question left is, which path should you walk?
So are you a specialist? Do you just love the idea of picking one thing, a skill, a platform, a niche, and just becoming a true master of it? This path is perfect for people who enjoy that process of refinement and have the patience to see a long-term project through. Or are you a generalist? Do you get energized by trying new things, launching little experiments, and quickly changing course based on what you learn? This path is for those who really thrive on variety and are totally comfortable with cutting their losses to chase a new, more promising opportunity. Look, if there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. Neither path is better than the other. Success isn't about finding the one right way to do things. It's about finding the way that's right for you, for your personality, for your skills, and just for how you like to work. So I'll just leave you with that question, because understanding your own nature, that's the first and maybe the most important step. So, are you here to build the perfect cathedral, brick by methodical brick? Or are you here to explore the map and find that hidden treasure? Your answer is going to define your entire journey.